What's up, guys? My name is Harrison, and I am back for another casted game for you today. This time, an exclusive onto my own YouTube channel. We've got a special game, a warm-up game between me and Passy de Grossa of the Empire Wars mod produced by Vividly Playing for the upcoming ESOC March subscriber tournament, where we'll be playing a tournament full of Empire War games. Empire Wars, if you've never heard it from Age of Empires 2, essentially places you into the thick of the action straight away, starting the game in the colonial age. So every civ has been balanced to roughly start with what they would have in a 1v1 game at about 5 minutes mark. So we start with resources, extra villagers, building wagons, and action gets going straight away. And it was only just a chill game between me and Passy. However, it turned into a really close game and so enjoyable from both of us. We were chatting about it for about 10 minutes afterwards at how good of a game this was. So I thought, you know what, before the next hotfix and update comes for Age of Empires 3, I thought I'd cast this recorded game before it goes to the ends of oblivion on the next update. So I thought I'd get this cast in, but I wanted to give a bit of overview before I start hopping into the actual game, because the game is very fast paced and there wouldn't have been enough time to give this introduction. So let us hop into this recorded game between me and Passy. So this is Empire's Wars. We do start off with lots of extra villagers, a couple of resources in the bank, a shipment ready to go, resources on the floor, a military wagon, 2 bank wagons. I get a bit confused of which bank is placed in what bank there, but I get it all sorted out. I select my deck. Should be sending my first card straight away, and it's all good. We also start with a couple of fishing boats up on the top left. Passy's already put his straight onto the humpback well. I think I mirror him as well in that sense. And meanwhile, Passy's gone for opening. He's gone for opening barracks to bank, but I went to bank stable, so I'm playing on the top right in the blue as a Dutch. Passy's playing into the southwest in the colour red as a Dutch. I did ask if I could practice a Dutch mirror ahead of a possible tournament game versus Soldier. I don't think whatever Soldier plays, I'm going to be in a good chance, but I'm glad this was, because just a very exciting game between us two. So, first shipment from both players looks like 700 wood from me. Passy's going to open 700 wood and both into the bank wagon. The 700 wood can get your housing down and can get your wood available for a bank. And more importantly, probably get my wood for a barracks down at this point. So I've already got the one production building. Thinking I'm going to need to have a double composition of units to deal with what Passy's going to have. So I'm training Hussars top right, herding in villagers. My third shipment's ready to go, and I think I'm going to go straight into the pikemen here, hoping to push out with Hussars, pikemen, and maybe catch a Hussar opening from Passy. Or if he opens up with skirmishes, I can get the Hussars right on top. Bravado's here from Passy, not a big problem. I think he's herding his deers in quite nicely. He's got all his hunt here, quite nice. Quick look at the map. 2 hunts behind for on each side. I should have 2 coin mines behind, and Passy should only have 2 coin mines, but he's got 3. I didn't actually realise that, and that's probably going to play a big factor in this game. But okay, here comes the opening Hussar raid. 5 Hussars straight into that base. I do see 4 Hussars from my opponent Passy, so I pull back at this moment. Town centre fire, a bit of idle time. I see he's dropping a bank. I think I'm ahead in the bank counts, or no, I'm also dropping a bank. So at the moment, pretty evens. I do see that he's on the water. Both of our dock wagons go to the top left. I don't really have much intention going fishing here, but it looks like Passy here has dropped a couple of fishing boats. He's got quite a few more on the go, and he's going to be sending 8 pikemen of himself now.
Yeah.
Looks like Passy's got steel traps and place of mines. I also have steel traps, place of mines, and for the Dutch just start off with hunting dogs, place of mines from the market, but we both researched steel traps. Okay, look at this. We got Spearman coming in from myself. Hussars catching Passy's Hussars, but Pike mirror here, and I have 5 more Hussars coming. So I see what's happening. I'm probably gonna pull back these Hussars, take this trade. But there's more Hussars here in this fight already. But my pikemen going straight onto these Hussars. This is a great catch for me, moving these Hussars away from the pikemen here. These are the big, the danger man. And I'm just trying to focus down all these Hussars here from Passy and keep my cavalry force alive. And it looks like I trade pikemen for Hussars here. And yeah, I win that fight quite nicely. I don't stay for the pikemen. Nah, pull back, pull back. I got one hero pikeman just staying behind, holding off the pikeman from my cavalry line. But I move on for the raid, and let's see what I can pick up here. Shipment comes in, 600 wood. I open up 600 wood. Looks like Patsy's just sent himself 600 wood as well. Once again, mirror card order here. This is probably like our third or fourth game playing this mode in total, so I'm quite surprised about this mirror build, but it's really interesting to see. But Patsy's incorporated all these fishing boats, and I go around, I see these two villagers. They're traps, they can't get back to the town centre. I go for it. I'm trying to go for the raid here, but I Z move and awkwardly target skirmisher, and do I back out, do I stay? I get pinned by hussars, do I sacrifice all, trying to take a good trade? Will the pikemen come in time? But I just try and trade off my hussars here, because I realise I'm trapped, and I think this is a poor play for myself. I didn't even pick up the villager there, so I just trade off maybe 8 weakened hussars for only about 3 of him. I killed a pike, killed maybe 1 envoy, villager, a bit of damage, but no, it's not great there from me. Disappointed by that. Passy dropping down bank number 4. Back at my base, I've got 5 banks down, and I'm aging up to the next age on the 700 food. But I've cut hussar production, and Passy's pushing out across the map at this point. 3 hussars, 6 pikes, and what is he trained behind? Another 4 huss in queue. Meanwhile, we've had a caravel trying to siege the dock. My 3 fishing boats into the dock, pushing back this caravel, but it's obvious to me at this point that he's investing into the water. Let's see how that pans out. Minutemen being called. Going to shoot down hussar. 1 villager went down there. And I think another villager goes down here. I tried to micro it, but actually Passy's going to go straight onto this 1 villager. My greatcoats are not in yet. That's disappointing from me, and I lose to 1 villager as a penalty. Passy tries to go for the trample mode there. Nice, cute little micro, but not quite going to work. Minutemen going to push forward, pick off these pikemen. That caravel still been annoying, sieging down my dock, but not going to win a fight versus a building with anti-ship damage. Looks like the pike's going to get pushed away once they see the Minutemen, and I get to the 3rd age before Passy does. He's aging up about a minute behind. Right, so I'm in the up into the next stage. My first card looks to be the 8 skirmishes here, wanting just to get some skirmisher Reuters out. Double stable at this point, double pumping Reuters. So I'm double pumping the Reuters, sending the skirms to get the early initial mass, skipping the 1k wood for the time being. Moving out onto the next hunt, scouting out by thing. I'm moving down to the south. That's just my envoy, attracting all these pikemen. The Minutemen come in to get a nice raid. Actually, I see that he hasn't got his greatcoats as well. I just want to try and pick off this villager as well. Brutus moving forward. There's some villagers moving down to the south hunt here. But Passy is now into the next stage, and another caravel comes out. This caught me by complete off guard here, and it looks like he's going to fight for this water at this moment. His first card, 1,000 wood. He's only producing from 2 buildings. So the military advantage in terms of numbers, Passy's got 16 population of units, and I've got no, Passy's only got 3 population on the field, 16 in queue. It looks like I've got a big power spike here, 23 and 5 in queue. I get a really bad batch of Reuters out there. Lots going on. Minutemen in the base trying to be annoying. 2 villagers going down here for Passy. Still not having his greatcoats at this point. 1k wood comes in. And then I'm just trying to check behind for his hunt. I see he's built up in his town centre. I'm thinking, where is his hunters? But he's gone down to the south side, it looks like. And I have to regroup my forces. Meanwhile, the dock's gone. I had the villagers out. I didn't expect the second caravel, so I didn't have these stored in. I didn't repair the dock as well. But skirmishers moving in. I see lots of villagers. I thought this may be an outpost, but it's just a house. Looks like Passy was pretty much population blocked. He's floating so many resources at this moment. About 600 of each resources. I'm trying to take a decent trade here. Reuters and skirmishers, focus on the Reuters here. I probably should have been focused down these skirmishers in hindsight. These are the damage dealers at this point. The Reuters are just here to look fancy with their lovely outfits and their very fashionable hats, but I understand I'm under the town centre, next to a stable, relaxed town centre. I'm just going to try and make a fight in retreat. Raid topside, pikeman raid. I suppose I might make use of every unit and just try and cause as much havoc I got Reuters siege in the house. I don't know what they're doing. Probably attack move bug going down. I'm outguns at this point, and I realise I need to make a retreat. I'm trying to deal with the pikemen. Villagers punching. They've got the greatcoats now. These pikes will go down. Scores are even at the moment, and this game looks to be continuing on. Right, skirmishers coming out here from myself. 10 skirm. This caravel has been super annoying. Clean up my fishing operation on the left-hand side of the map. 14 skirmishers out on the map. But I'm going into Vet Hussar here. 5 Hussar shipment. Tech into Vet Hussars and queuing up Hussars on the other side. I'm calling Passy going pure skirmisher at the moment. And I did pick off many Reuters in that last engagement. So it will take a while for Passy to rebalance his anti-cavalry. Looks like he's going 7 skirmishers at this point. Wow, over not even 9 Reuters. Not too sure I agree with that one there, but could have also gone infantry combat maybe to further boost his entire skirmisher mass. But he's moving right side of his army, keeping his villagers on the right side safe. I'm moving in for another raid. I want to get a villager. I want to keep this pressure on. I've up to the first stage first. I'm sending my shipments before him. I want this pressure. 2 villas go down. How the skirmisher Minutemen line move forward and mow down about, looks like 4 or 5 Reuters there. That's a big pickup there for Passy. I got Hussars out. Has Passy seen that those Hussars? Maybe not. Might have seen 1 or 2. May have missed that. But the Hussar mass is growing for myself here. And more Hussars in queue. Double pumping here. Villagers out on this side of the map gathering resources. But I've gone through my in-base coin mine. I've only got 1 defensive. And I'm starting to move forward. Let's see what Passy's up to. He's joined a dock down on the other side at the moment. Not yet gone into gill nets, and when you have 10 boats in total, gill nets is certainly a good shout. I realise how I need to get some sort of protection on this mine. I want to drop down a wall at this point, but I'm just trying to move around and target from this hunting position and mine to this hunting position and mine, thinking that I'm on my forward mine. Maybe my opponent is as well. Infantry combat is coming from Passy at the moment. What am I shipping? I'm shipping the cav combat at the moment, so I'm going to tech into cavalry while Passy's going to tech into pure skirmishes at this point. Enough Reuters to defend, but it looks like now Passy... Oh, no, that's me. I was about to say, Passy's only still got a single stable, double racks, but only 1 stable. And versus this large Hussar mass, this is looking pretty dicey. I'm going to charge in here with my... military forces here. Slam right into the skirmishers and Reuters. Got a good surround on these units. I'm focusing down the Reuters with my skirmishers at this point. I'm trying to go all in on the Reuters. Meanwhile, let's have a check on villagers. I've got 30 villagers. Passy's got 24 land villagers. I've been very proactive on killing land villagers. Bearing in mind, though, he's got the 13 fishing boats. Reuters pushing back my Hussars. I look at this reinforcing batch of skirmishers. I'm thinking it's more. I see a couple of villas here. I'm just going to try and trade this and get these away from the Reuters. The skirmishers are still standing, but all this time these veteran skirmishers had infantry combat. Wasn't part of my calculations. I've lost this skirmisher fight quite handily. I'm trying to back out, but I'm going to run essentially straight into more reinforcements. I see more villagers. Let's go for the pickup here. Reuters in hot pursuit, chasing down my Hussars. Is this a trade I really want to take? I'm not too sure, but I need to pull my Reuters across it to help. But they're just too busy attack moving stables in town centre for some strange reason. Only got a couple of skirmishers at the moment. And the Reuters here are doing a very nice job here from Passy. Not cavalry combat up, but still enough to push back these Vet Hussars. And at the moment on the back foot. 17 Reuters for Passy. He's now got 32 infantry combat skirmishers. Meanwhile, 18 Reuters from me, 5 Hussars. I'm trying to go for the raid again. Moving my cavalry forces around. And another villager is going to get picked up here. This is just a mess. This has got mess written all over it. But Passy's skirmisher mass looks to be standing strong for the time being. Just going to march my explorer right through his enemy forces just because it's a lovely day in Vividly Plains 2 Seas. And I'm going to sit myself in the back line just to see if there's any villagers mine here. And they're not for the time being. Infantry combat coming in for myself now. With a big batch of Hussars behind this, do I try and buy food for a full batch of 10? That would be important. But I missed the final... But I could be saving food for the next batch to start. Oh, no, there it is. There's reinforcing. 13 Hussars on the field from me. 22 skirmishers. A couple of Reuters here, but at risk of getting picked up here by the skirms here from Passy. That is pretty risky positioning. Passy's skirmishers now have infantry attack as well, and I've only just got my infantry combat here. Passy's skirmishers looking to be very strong at this moment. Now taking to Gilnets. And at this moment, he's got the full sea control on both sides and starting to boom. Admittedly, I don't think me and Passy really envisioned water being a play, and we just both took our standard 1v1 ladder decks and haven't actually crafted a specific deck for this game mode just yet, but 3 floats from either player now would be very nice to see. And a couple villages of me getting absolutely mowed down here by the skirmishers. I'm starting to run out of hunts on the top side. Maybe I'm not focusing on these deers over here, but a couple of villagers are aimlessly walking around now looking for trees. And I'm realizing that actually after this back mine goes, which is very soon, I need to keep holding this forward mine at all costs. And oh, dangerous game here. Hunting by the caravel, that's risky business. Meanwhile, Passy, 34 villager population, including boats. I'm at to 32, 5 banks of mine versus Passy's 4 banks. It looks like he hasn't got his 5th bank. Eco about even, possibly in favour of Passy, but I have the slight military advantage. It feels like 32 skirmishers, 17. I have 18 Reuters, 13 Huss. Let's see what Passy's up to. He's pushing right side. Here come the 50 skirmishers, 19 Reuters. No cav combat at the moment. His deck hasn't sent cav combat just yet. Hasn't even sent any cavalry shipments at the moment. So looking to see when he goes for the cavalry, but going for infantry HP at the moment. He's thinking that triple rack skirm is just going to be the winning play here for Passy. He's going to push on my only real back hunt at the moment. I'm going to pick up another 3 villagers there. It's a nice play. Probably should have more villagers on this back moose hunt over here. These villagers are getting closer to this caravel, and I think they're at risk of getting scouted and killed. But I see that Passy's forces are out of position. I'm going to move in for the interception, and with 50 odd skirmishers here from Passy, this is going to be a brutal fight. Triple carded 50 skirmish units are very strong though. Hussars going straight in. Skirmishers moving in, trying to focus on the Reuters. Hussars cutting on that front line, but I'm also trying to make the most of this reinforcing back of skirmishers being in that same control group. You see he's trying to pull them forward through the army, but this is rich prickings for the Hussars. Keep them away from the skirmisher line and the Reuters in particular. Let this skirms trade off, but I've only got a single card skirms versus Passy's double carded skirms. I think I'm the numerical advantage. I think I have the strength here. I think I'm cleaning up, but these skirmishers are strong little boys. They're just cutting all they see down. Enough Reuters here to beat back the remaining 4 Hussars and a couple of skirmisher fire. Past the 26 skirmishers on the field, we have a big batch of 10 reinforcing from behind. Meanwhile, I have 34, but down 2 cards at this point. 13 Reuters, similar numbers, but now Passy's army is stronger in terms of the double card advantage he has over my units. I'm dropping down, I'm panicking. Artillery foundry is coming down. I'm out of hunt. I need basically more coin. I'm sending villagers over to the top side to hunt, but there's a caravel over there, and I think this is, I don't remember what actually happened. Skirmishers on these Reuters, I've won this fight, but it's the reinforcing skirmishers been cleaning up what I've had down to here. Defender's advantage closer to what I've had. A couple of Reuters going topside. I don't know where these guys are going. Again, have to hunting forwards just to get some sort of resources, but skirmishers here, double carded, tearing my villages apart. But I'm thinking this is fine, because I'm just training army. I'm just going to pick up all these skirmishers basically for free, and it'll all be fine, but it's not quite how it works up. Reuters going for a raid topside. There's a caravel fishing. That's why the caravel's not fighting, because he's fishing. I'm sure Passy's seen that now topside. I'm just going to kill the Cougars because I misclicked, but why not? I'm going to make a big charge onto Passy's backline resources. I feel this is my time to push. I have the military advantage. Let us go. And, oh no, there's a caravel. Oh, there's a caravel, and I'm not reacting. I think it's just the attack siren from the Reuters. I'm leaving the Reuters. I'm just going to charge forwards. I've got a gate in the wall. Will we see any villagers on this forward coin mine? I'm going down this side. Lots of Reuters here, but now Passy's introducing Hussars from his own side. He's now sent the cavalry. Has he now sent cavalry combat? No, he hasn't just yet. That's my shipment progression. Passy still not yet sending cavalry combat. Reuters getting picked up here by Passy's skirmisher line. I've lost everything up here from this caravel. That's been a brutal, brutal raid. I think I should have tried to herd back this top hunt of elk instead of this slightly southern herd of elk. But decent fight down here. I got a couple of Reuters on these no upgraded hussars, 0 upgrades colonial. Not really given the impact that Passy needs at the moment. Passy's ahead into the schoolies. I got one falconet being trying to have a refuge in the gate, but Reuters one side, mass skirmishes the other. They see another 2 villagers, and these 2 villagers are not long for the world. A father and a mother getting brutally executed by the firing squad of Passy there. Brutal viewings. I'm trying to pick up some more Reuters with my hussars and Reuters. Skirmishers moving down to the south side. And I kind of have a natural scum advantage. 16 for Passy versus what I have 30. So I'm ahead. I'm now sending myself 7 skirmishers, double pumping the Reuters. A couple of Reuters backside. I think I pull some units back to defend. It's more distraction, but I know that I need to go in. I gotta do it. I'm on 19 villages. I've lost so much on that top side. Passy's at 43, and he does have just the gill nets. Looks like no long lines for the time being. More colonial husks coming down to the right flank, but I've now finally my opportunity. I've seen that there's villagers for my envoy. I'm going for that hero raid. It looks like I feel that this is the hero raid moment, and I just go in for the vill kills. Many vill kills here. The reinforcement triple carded skirmishers beating back my double carded skirmishers here slightly. Reuters getting some more pressure. I'm trying to clean this up with my defending batches of Reuters and crossing skirmishers. I don't know where the settlers going. Please tell me. I'm beating back his skirmishers here. I should possibly just dived in there with my hussars, but I see his massive raid, so I'm thinking, yes, let's go for it. However, I see this big batch of hussars. I'm thinking, right, I need to pull back, and the fight continues. More Reuters reinforcing. Big batch here of 8 skirmishers rejoining the fight, but here come the colonial hussars right on top of my skirmishers. Reuters having to be microed here. 14 on the field at this moment. And then actually veteran hussars. Do I go for the huss, or do I go for the skirms? And I go for the skirms here, because I'm thinking, if you got huss on my skirms, I'll just put my huss on your skirms, and let's see how we can trade that. But actually, I don't think that was the play. So I could have just killed all of the hussars first and then have something remain for the skirmishers. Reuters coming out picking up my hussars. Reuters here from me in a very bad position, being mown down by Passy skirmishers. Got reinforcing skirms underneath the town centre. Minutemen were called a long time ago here from Passy. Could even go for a batch of envoys to try and help. My resources, I'm just spending as much as I can. Looks like Passy's spending as much as he can. At the moment, he's down to 32 villagers after that massive raid at the back. Even this explorer is going absolute to town on his one villager here. Back mine gone for Passy there. He has to move his villagers. Bit of out of time here. I'm still trading underneath all these banks and infrastructure here. Bit of a risky place. And we carry on this slugfest. But now Passy sending 7 Reuters here. Really fearing any more hussars for myself. Am I making hussars? Nope, just making skirmishes at this point. So I'm going to pull back the skirmishes for the time being. And I'm thinking maybe my attention is elsewhere, but I really have to do something. I'm down in villages. I'm making a dock. That's what I'm making. I've seen that there's a dock here, down here from Passy. Or, no, I haven't actually just yet. I'm thinking I'm just going to go water because I'm now sending my 1,000 wood at this point and try and get some sort of dock eco going and try and match Passy by going on the other side of the water and leave him be. Explorer seeing 2 more villagers. That's okay. That's going to give me a good place to go for a raid. So I'm now looking to push down here and probably control this hunt because I realise that, well, he's only got this one animal here to really go off, but he's now moved over to this side. But anyway, for the meantime, I'm going to push in here. Let's see what I can find. Some more villagers. So I'm at 20 regular European villagers. Passy's only at 12 villages. He's got 10 more villas on the land remaining. But here comes a big batch of Reuters and normal skirmishers. What's my reinforcements looking? Skirms, double boats. I think I'm dropping down another dock. I need to get this eco going again. Explorer actually been annoying, harassing Passy's villagers, getting that attack siren off. Must be quite annoying to deal with. But my village has been focused on by passy skirmishes. I've got no safe hunt. This hunt's denied by the ship. This is under Passy's control. This is my last hunt. I have to make a stand and fight here. But yeah, 18 skirms here for myself. Passy up to 30 skirms in total. Reinforcements coming from his base. I got Reuters misrallying for his town centre. They're paying the ultimate price here. I think I moved down and I see some activity. Okay, I got all this woods at this moment, so I just need to spend it more. Looks like another dock will come down at some point soon. I don't need any more housing. I just need... Maybe I needed to send this wood earlier, but I got the 5 banks. I don't know what the market prices were. I think it was a bit just hectic at this moment. 2 falconets coming out. The idea was 2 falconets with the skirmishers should be able to win the skirm war at the moment and push back, take control of this hunt and mine, and just put some pressure on this other back mine that Patty has. Thinking, well, not really thinking where his villages are, because I've basically killed all of them. But I've always got the assumption that there's always more villages out there on the map to go. Let's look at Patty's point of view. Let's see what he sees and what's going to happen at this point. 5 hussars. Still no vet upgrade at the moment. He's only just got himself his 2nd stable at 21 minutes into the game. And I'm just moving down at this point. What do I see? Do I see anything? No, I'm just pushing back at the moment. I don't think Passy saw the cannons, so I'm a bit safe, unless maybe his explorer has seen my cannons walk over his dead corpse for the time being. Passy going for a bit of a cavalry switch here. Still no cav combat from himself, but he has a massive food eco here from the water play. These guys only having gill nets, not having their long lines, but I see the water from myself. I'm thinking, right, frigate, let's go. Train a frigate onto these units, but oh my god, where's my Reuters? I've got 6 Reuters right clicking. Run, 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 run. But there's Huss on my skirms, there's Huss on my falconets. The frigate is not coming in time. This is brutal for me. I'm just going to say goodbye to those artillery pieces for free. And I see I've been backed into a corner here. And I've had to type the GG and wish Passy a well play there. I got caught out. Too late to go onto the water for my own eco after realising all the land resources are gone. A frigate was on its way, and if the frigate did come, falconets would hop in the frigate. The skirmishers would make a stand. The frigate would offer support and fire, and if the heat got too hot, the skirmishers would hop into the frigates. These Reuters would move the other direction and probably raid up here. But yeah, I was gutted by that game. Really was gutted. That was such a close game and high action all the way through the map. Now, I don't feel as bad now looking at what Passy's map was and how it spawned compared to mine, but what a fun game and a fun game mode. This was made by Vividly Playing, and if you like this game, you're in for a treat because we've got an entire tournament on this game mode. Probably won't be Dutch mirrors, and I'm sure Kaiser will be playing lots of French and Germany, soldiers in it, Nushas in it, Migo. Let's probably see who's actually in that tournament and what the potential matchups could be. Yeah. In the meantime, let's look at the post game. I think I'm going to extend the length of this video by talking about the tournament just to try and hide any spoilers if people are still watching without scrolling past. Villager count. This includes the fishing boats, so I really wanted to see like a fishing boat and a land villager because at some point Patty was only down to 12, but yeah, I lost 2 villagers due to that Huss raid. That was so sloppy from me when I was aging up. Very disappointed with that. But I think this was like pike raid or raid to the other side. But once I started losing the villagers to the caravels, oh, that was brutal. And I was in such a difficult position from there economically. Military, though, population, I always felt like I was slightly ahead, but just had the better composition. But I was killing so many more units, but I couldn't replenish as much due to the eco discrepancies. So we're just basically trading evens to evens throughout the entire game. I think I had the bank advantage towards the end. Back into the map. Looks like it's just the 4 banks here from Passy. And I had early 5 banks, providing the extra experience and the eco so strong. But I thought about going advanced church or the extra bank card. There was just no timing. There was no timing window for me to ever send that card. I don't think I'd ever got that extra bank up, so that wasn't the play in the end there from me. Military unit population, yeah, as we've seen, towards the end, this wasn't that fantastic for me, and that was the big Hussar trade. But also, I did get a lot of Vil kills here, remember, at this point, though, so it wasn't entirely bad. Yeah, it went down from about 44 to 32, so again, even trades. In the even trade this position, but just the eco was enough for Patty to remass, and my warships on the Southern Sea were just a little too late to the party. I want to see actually what the eco was like, because that could be really close. Really, oh, that is really close. That is so close. Such an even game between two evenly matched players. Or I mean, I say that Patsy's about 1650, 1700 on the 1v1 Elo ladder. I'm about 1550, 1600, and Passy, he plays a lot of British, so his multitasking is very, very strong, where I think APM is something that I struggle with. But yeah, no, well played to Passy. I did say he should sign up to this tournament, but it looks like he didn't. But that's on him. He's probably enjoyed playing some casual games here with me for that. Nothing else here I really want to look at. Shipment total is just explosion of shipments, just due to the game mode and the early bank boom. It makes, I think, Dutch very strong on this mode. Right, let's have a look at this tournament just to see what else we go in. So let's go into screen capture. There we go. So 16 players, or 16 and a few extras, signed up for this March subscriber tournament. So in the round of 16, we have Kaiser Klein with a bye from the round of 32, taking on the winner of these two players. Bram Jezebob is going to be the highlight of the round of 16. Hoping that they play like a best of 5, because that would be very close and very interesting to see. But I think the round of 16 are just bests of 1. She said she was 18 versus Jewel Crad. Noosh versus Sven. Sven's actually a decent player. Resides in England, I think, but he's actually a Chinese. Maybe he's a student at one of the Oxbridges. I think that's his story. Got Toyota Carolean versus Carp. Soldier versus myself. Conqueror versus Eagle. I'm not going to lie, I was a little upset when I got... I mean, I wasn't get upset I got Soldier. Like, Soldier's a great person and somebody I respect quite a lot in the community, but Soldier, if I was to rate his player, like give him like a match attack card or like a top trumps card, I'd say Soldier. Build orders, not the greatest. Overall plan, not the greatest, but unit control, macro, actions per minute, presence out on the map, he's one of the best players, and this is kind of one of those game modes I think that Soldier's skill set will actually shine so strong here, and he should easily blast past me in the first round. We haven't played a game yet, but I'm not making it I'm not trying to hide anything from Soldier, because I'm not expecting anything different, and Soldier to push on. I'm expecting Conqueror to defeat Eagle, so Soldier Conk. We're going to have Noosh versus a Minimolt, I think, but Carp. If Carp can pull off an upset, I'm sure he's the type of player who would actually put some time in to get a strategy going. I want to say this is Gibson. She's Gibson versus Jewel Crowd, maybe Kaiser. I don't know. Everyone changes their name on a weekly basis. I don't know who these two are. Bram, Jezebob, and Kaiser. So that is our list. So maybe I am Turk here. I'm Turk, possibly. Is there anything I can... Yeah, it's I'm Turk. Okay, I can check that. She said she was 18. Is Keister, and we have definitely Minimolt. Yeah, so that's our tournament. Right, how can you download this mod? Go onto Tools, go onto Mods, go into Browse Mods. I've already got it here. But you go into the Browse Mods, and you're going to type in Empires and Empires. Just put Empire for the time being. Empire Wars. Yeah, Vivid's Empire Wars. Give it a like. Give it a download. Due to the latest patch on AoE, you'd no longer have to disable your mods before you go online. Because this is specifically a map mod or a custom map, I think it's allowed on the ranked ladder, because you're not going to be playing on a custom map. You're going to be playing from the official maps. There's 2 maps in this. Let's have a look at the other map. So there's 2 modes. There's a land mode and a water mode. So if I was going to skirmish game, got to go into custom maps. Spec 1 Vivid Empire Wars Marsh. It uses the A's UI as well, so again, big props to A's for that, doing the devs work for all of us. Slightly different, this map. No water on the sides, and you start off with an extra military building. So for Dutch, this time you start off with 2 military wagons. That could be double artillery foundry if you're going to play like the AI, but chances are you're going to go for stable racks. You start off with 2 banks. Got a shipment ready to go, but then once these get built, you have another shipment. Market already down, and the church is present for most European civilizations, or if not all of them. Then monastery is present for Asian ones. Yeah, so that is the starting position. 17 vills, shipments ready to go, and yeah, it's just it promotes this game mode promotes high APM, just continuous fighting. But you could also just tuck up in base and play very greedy, because you've got all these shipments. You can just send, for example, 700 words into bank, 4 bank FF. You have the resources, you have the eco for it, and then go into stronger units. There's always very, very different strategies. There's natives on the map. Like the last game, there was two Cree and 1 Cheyenne. The Cheyenne gives you the hunting tech for the extra bison in base, which I probably could have benefited from instead of losing 15 vills to a caravel. 2 Cree for pseudo town centers, producing Cree CDB and obviously Cree trackers. Here we've got the old style Incans, I think. Yeah, old style Incans, so training faster units, mining, and infantry speed. That's a huge tech, that is. Let's resign from this map just to see with the rest of the map. In the middle we have Mapuche and 2 Zapotecs. No, 2 Mapuches and a Zapotec. There's another Incan in base. Asians starts off with their Age Up Wonder. Looks like 2 villages already built. They have wagons to be able to use, but I don't think the AI can use them as... I don't know. It looks like this opponent's building his war academy. It's only on standard AI, so they don't have a huge amount of resources. But swampy side, a very open map, very wide. Both players having defensive 2 coin mines and hunt. Only 1 mine in base, a couple of berries. But once you go through your initial resources, and once you've gone through your back base resources, you're out on the map. It's quite open. Hussar openings and stable play seems to be the way forward here. But other civs with... you wouldn't traditionally associate with a stable openings like Japan. They have Ashies, Karolians from Sweden can get on the map around. You can torp anywhere you like. There's just so many options with so many different civs. I was chatting to Brandboy. He was suggesting for the Eero maybe strong, because you have a very defensive 2 training posts behind your base. So maybe a game mode which has multiple shipments could benefit civs which have extra benefits from shipments, like the Indians, the Germans. There's so much to explore in this game. There's so new, slightly different strategies than you would see in a 1v1, but they derive from the 1v1, but with slight adjustments in this game mode. It should prove some very exciting gameplays, and those games should be casted on ESOC TV in the very near future, and I'll probably be casting that as along with a whole host of other people who want to be casting that. So yeah, some good stuff coming out from Vivid's map pack, Vividly Playing's Empire Wars. ESOC community for having a subscriber tournament on this game mode, and I'm sure there'll be bigger plans on the horizon. But yeah, for this video and for overlook into the Empire Wars map pack and new game modes, yeah, really good for just even playing single player just to get your APM up, because there's so much to do. Very recommend it. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed that. I wasn't planning to do this, but yeah, last night I had an absolute cracker of a game, and I thought it'd be rude to not keep this recorded game before the Definitive Edition new update would destroy the recorded game. So yeah, wanted to preserve that one. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you around at a later point. Bye for now.